What do you feel that Kason can do to make a substantial difference in the food service industry?
One thing is just fast response to the needs of our customers. Listen, like David talked about earlier, be good listeners and react. Whether it be for a new product or improving a product. That's one thing I see on my side.
Yeah, it's listening. It's understanding what the trends are and the changes and staying on top of it. It was like I mentioned earlier, the trends used to be fluorescent fixtures in a walk-in, and then it became LEDs. Well, I challenged Brett and his group, what's the next beyond LEDs? If trends should change, or what are people going to want?
What is it?
Well, and we're seeing more product requests for making sure everything is safe. We want to make sure that customers can always get out of a walk-in cooler and freezer if the doors get locked. We're getting requests more for higher security type products that to engage a door latch or a handle, it might require you to use your badge, a reader, so it can keep people in or out that aren't supposed to be in there, and or detect when people are in a walk-in, for example. So Brett's team is working on the development of security latches,
Adding technology to a cooler door.
absolutely, and maybe even in other areas. We keep talking about food service, but in a hospital, for example, there are rooms that store medicines, blood, that should be high security, and we can have the right products for those types of market segments.
What do you see as the next big thing in the food service industry?
In addition to some of the things David was hitting on with high security, we see a trend in the need for interconnectivity, and people have heard about the Internet of Things and products that can share information back with the home base. We're looking on some things that are in that line of products. The power over Ethernet is one area where devices can share that information back with a central hub, but also they're powered over the low voltage of an Ethernet cable, which is a much safer installation than using high voltage electricity. So that's a trend that we see going that we're trying to stay on top of.
So in my mind, Kason's a hardware company. It sure sounds like you're moving into a whole nother business.
Yeah, I mean, with we sort of started down this road with the lighting, and as we got into the solid state lighting with LEDs, we try to stay on top of the trends, and it's sort of evolving in this direction.
Sean, Kason's changed quite a bit the last 5 years. What do you think is going to happen with Kason the next 5-10 years out?
We're going to have to continue to automate and use more collaborative robots. I think collaborative robots is going to be a lot of where we're going to be investigating and trying to figure how we can fit those into our operations. The use of automation is key to staying on top of it. We're also looking at smart factories where we can view anything or any operation from our desk or from monitors throughout the plant, that we can see how the factory is doing and performing, and be able to react if we see that there is an issue. So going back to what Brett was saying, I think technology is going to push us in the direction to help us manage and be more efficient in the factory. I see that as where we're going to be going moving forward.
Kason's made it 95 years as a family-owned company. Pretty amazing. And as you look at this, what's the biggest challenge in the food service industry at the moment, and then as it relates to manufacturing?
There's a lot of unknown. I think that the one stable factor about Kason is with hardware and items whether it be a reach-in cooler, a walk-in cooler freezer, hardware is always going to be required: hinges, handles, latches, and the door that these hinges and latches and handles are on continue to take the brunt of the abuse. Open, close, open, close, open, close. So Kason, we don't anticipate going away from hardware. That is our steak and taters, as we say. So that will continue, as we will continue to work on efficiencies within, but trying to figure out what that future kitchen is going to look like and how we can adapt our hardware to those needs is what we're trying to figure out right now.
Hey, Dave, as an old-time walk-in cooler salesman, there was two things that mattered in a cooler. It was doors and floors. That's all there is, doors and floors. Doors have hinges and latches, and Kason owns that industry and has forever. So what do you see as a challenge to the food service industry in that regard going forward?
Well, it's kind of like you said, doors and floors, and what takes the abuse of a walk-in cooler freezer, for example. It is the door. It's open, close, open, close. It's the floor. People are rolling carts all over them, dropping product all over the floor, from beer kegs to crates, you name it. And the refrigeration system, that's what takes abuse. So those three items are crucial. On the hardware side, it goes back to quality, where, again, open, close, you want those hinges and handles to function properly. And that's what I think is crucial. We don't know what the future kitchens are going to look like. Is there going to be a need for the equipment that there is now, albeit with the ghost kitchens coming up or in that conversation? So we will continue to be the premier manufacturer of quality hardware so that customers, the walk-in, reach-in OEMs, don't have to worry about quality. Because at the end of the day, their name is on that product.